is a blessing, just like every day. And you know, I've been kind of pondering and thinking upon this, and I think I'm going to start each of our videos out with that, as each and every day is a blessing. Yes, some days may be better than others, but we've been given an opportunity here, and we got to thank God each and every day that we get to live this blessed life and experience all the opportunities that He's provided to us. So, with that, today is an exciting, extremely exciting day, just like every day. But, as most of y'all know, if you have seen the last video, or one of the last few videos that we rolled out, we got a new project in store. And if y'all are just now tuning in, you know, we want to hit you with ensuring that you consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, comment, hit that little notification bell so you know when we post a video. But either way, this is the second big piece to the puzzle on this new project that we have, and I'm not going to hold it from you. Today we are going to be picking up the chassis for the split window Corvette. Yes, I do believe it should be fully crated, so when we get there you won't actually be able to see it immediately. But the goal is, currently I got the trailer hooked to the truck. I'm actually headed to work as we speak. The freight is going to be dropping the frame off to our warehouse, my company's warehouse. So I'm gonna hop in a Lowell and unload it and throw it on the trailer. But so we won't fully get to see it immediately, but just for a little insight, it is an Art Morrison chassis, and I will go through a little bit more further detail once we get it back to the shop and get everything uncrated and start unloading it and whatnot. So like I said, extremely exciting day. As we noted in one of our previous videos, this is going to be a long project, just because it's going to be pretty expensive, and just the time allotted to be able to work on it all the time and whatnot. Very similar to the Camaro. But either way, you know, we're just gonna start accumulating parts as much as possible, get everything rock and rolling. This is dad's toy, his what he considers his retirement. So we're just gonna start accumulating parts and kind of go from there. And he's actually got to get a few procedures done, so that's gonna really kind of slow down his progress and his ability to be able to work on things fully. But you know, taking care of himself is most important. So in the meantime, we're just going to accumulate parts. We're excited to see what it looks like, and we're going to go get that thing picked up and get it back to the shop. It's probably going to be a pretty quick video, but it will be a fun one with that. So we're excited to have you along with the journey, and we're excited for this new project, and we hope you all are too. It should be a fun one. It should be extremely cool. Going to be a little bit different. I know we're not the first person or first people to build a kind of a, not necessarily Restomod, more of a, you know, pro touring type of car, because it is virtually all ground up going to be modified. So either way, we're not the first to do it, but we're going to put our own little spin on it. So without further ado, I'm going to get to this warehouse and get everything unloaded and thrown on the trailer as quickly as possible. And then, you know, tomorrow we'll take it back to the shop and get it all unloaded and share it with y'all. So we're excited. Thanks for tuning in. We're blessed to have you. And let us know what you think.
Right? Oh, well, I have no idea who this is for. Nice.
This is the Black Babysitter, bro.
I hear you, man. I know what we're dealing with now. Now I know I get beers for this. Maybe you're alright.
Right there on the table. safe, man. Alright, that's a wrap. And just like that, we got it loaded on the trailer and we're headed east back to the shop. When I got to the warehouse, the boys already had her getting pulled out of the trailer and getting ready to get loaded. So I didn't even have to hop on the low, which is super convenient, super nice. So they obviously a little bit nerve-wracking, but like I said, they had it all under control, got her loaded up, and got her strapped down, and we're already headed back. So we're excited to show you all. We're excited to get it uncrated. Say a little prayer, do a little rain dance for us that the weather holds off. Obviously, y'all can see that it's exposed to elements, and there's some potential for rain in the forecast, and we don't need this thing rusting. So do us a solid, say a little prayer. Hopefully we can beat the weather and get it all unwrapped and share it with y'all and kind of walk y'all through it at the same time. All right, so there it is, all uncrated. As you can see, we went with the 4-link setup instead of the IRS. So IRS standing for independent rear suspension, obviously front and independent front suspension, but we went with the 4-link setup for a couple of reasons. Dad's already thrown in the third member and the axles and stuff, but either way, we went with the 4-link setup just due to the fact that we have a little bit more experience with 4-link and 1 and 2. It actually will allow for a little bit bigger tire under the rear. So this car is not going to be, doing any road course or anything like that. If we have any fun with it, play with it at all, other than just, driving it and having fun on the street, it would be in a straight line anyways. So, like I said, this is kind of what we know a little bit more, and we want to put a good sized tire under the rear. And I can't remember, I can't remember exactly how wide. I think this setup allows for like a 14-inch wide wheel, tire a little bit wider than that, something along those lines. Obviously, got to take into consideration the body and the offset, the back spacing, all that good stuff. So we'll travel those roads here down the road. But yeah, so that's the route that we went. Is the 4-link setup. This chassis came with virtually everything. I mean, everything from all the suspension components, third member, axles. So it's got the 2-inch drop spindles up front, and this specific chassis is their GT Sport. Once again with IFS in the front and 4-link in the back. But came with full coilover setup. We got all that boxed up in the back. I might jump off and show some of that too. And then Willwood master cylinder came with the brake setup. We got 19-inch brakes there, all boxed up in the back, front and back. And we went with 373 gear in the rear end. I do believe that is what factory comes out in the Z01, so that'll be perfect behind that 10L90 transmission. And the LT4, as you can see over there, getting ready to drop in. So it also came with headers and all the lines, all the stainless brake lines and everything bent to fit and ready to rock and roll. So yeah, just a piece of art, really. I mean, just beautiful welds. Obviously, Art Morrison is top notch, and we don't know. Hoping everything fits up perfect. I know this is a pretty abnormal setup with the LT engine going in the 10L90, so we'll see and kind of travel those roads when we get there. Rack and pinion, control arms. Like I said, we got the coilovers in the back, ready to go. Dad's already slid in the axles and third member, but yeah, so there it is. Requested obviously bare metal, so we can decide on the color. It's kind of one thing that's still up in the air for us, what we're gonna go with. If we're just gonna keep it standard black, we're gonna try to match the color of the car. If we're gonna go with a different color, but we also want to get a body set on it, get the engine in it, get everything virtually. Kind of plan right now, get everything virtually done. And take it back apart, so that way if we have to do any welding or cutting, we know, and we're not having to cut in the finished powdered chassis. We went ahead and moved this center section back because we want the engine to go back as far as we possibly can to allow as much room as possible to cram that big engine underneath the hood. This chassis this is the lower stance chassis, so it is going to sit fairly low. We'll obviously have some adjustments in the shocks, but yeah, so head over and look at some of the other pieces. So all this stuff that's boxed up came with this order and setup. I mean, you got all kinds of hardware, proportionate valve down in there, Willwood proportionate valve, all kinds of different fittings and whatnot, and master cylinder. It's a Willwood master cylinder, super clean looking, look nice under the hood. And here's some of the coilovers. I'm not going to unbox this stuff all the way, but some of the coilovers, we'll do that later down the road, especially when we start putting this thing together. We will unbox and unveil a lot of that stuff. Rotors, there's calipers, 6-piston caliper there. Front, back, a little bit different, obviously. Red will look great, but I think they're really going to contradict the color of this car. So we're leaning towards that candy red right now. I don't know, we'll see. So we might have to do something there on those. But I'm just telling you, boxes and boxes of stuff. This car is virtually set up and ready to rock and roll to be a roller. Here's some of your sway bars and stuff like that. It's a little bit of everything. Some really, really nice stuff. Art Morrison makes it super convenient and simple. Takes a lot of the shopping around out of it for you. They give you different options. You just kind of go through there and select what you want. But we got a lot of work to do. But once again, a big piece of the puzzle here. Now I have the undercarriage, and we got the heart of this build, and then got to get that dress, got to get the body at some point. So we're plucking away and getting a lot of items, and it'd be nice to get this thing a roller and kind of see where we're at, start putting things together. So we'll be putting that on another video. I don't know what's going to come next. We're going to obviously be on the hunt for a body, and yeah, we've been on a hunt for a body, I should say. And not to be a spoiler alert or anything like that, but we may or may not have found one. We'll hold that for the next video, give you all something to look forward to. But either way, we just wanted to share this with you. Hope you're excited like we are. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're super excited about the route that we took and the decisions that we made so far. So looking forward to seeing the engine and transmission in there, sharing it with y'all, and then putting a dress on it and getting this thing looking like something. So super excited, blessed to have y'all. Thanks for joining us, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Till then, God bless.